In the quiet town of Windmere, where the fog rolled in like a shroud each evening, there was an old pet store that had long been forgotten. It sat at the end of Oak Street, its peeling paint and broken signs telling tales of neglect. Most townsfolk avoided it, believing it to be cursed after the rumors of strange occurrences and odd pets that had once filled the store. But for 15-year-old Lily, the allure of the unknown was irresistible. Lily had always been different from her friends. While they gossiped about boys and fashion, she found joy in the company of animals. So one dreary Sunday afternoon, filled with a mix of curiosity and rebellion, she ventured into the pet store. The door creaked ominously as she stepped under the flickering fluorescent lights, shadows dancing on the walls like whispers of forgotten creatures. Inside, the air was stale, and the musty scent of mildew hung heavy. Cages lined the walls with dust lingering on them like a heavy fog. An odd feeling prickled at the back of Lily's neck. A sign hung above the counter reading, "Adopt a friend, save a life. But please mind the spirits." She laughed nervously, brushing it off as a silly marketing gimmick, even as her heart raced. As she wandered deeper into the store, she spotted a small, barred enclosure tucked away in the back. Inside was a scruffy-looking terrier, its fur matted and dark. Its eyes shone with an intensity that sent a chill down her spine. The dog's gaze pierced through her, alive with a knowing glint that felt eerily human. "Hey, little guy," Lily said softly, kneeling by the cage. The dog whimpered, its head tilting in a way that seemed almost unnaturally intelligent. Something about it called to her. Maybe it was the need to rescue a creature that looked so forlorn. Maybe it was simply loneliness that drove her to unlock the cage. As she unlatched the door, a surprising wave of cold washed over her, as if something had brushed against her. The terrier bolted out the moment she opened it, circling her legs and growling playfully at her feet. A nervous giggle escaped her lips. "All right, buddy, let's get you home," she whispered. The moment Lily set foot outside, however, the atmosphere shifted. The cheerful chirping of the birds had vanished, replaced by an unsettling silence that pressed in around her. The dog, now at her side, began to lead her toward the heart of the woods that bordered the town. A strange insistent tugging urged her forward, almost as if another force was at play. Despite the alarms in her mind, she followed. As twilight deepened and shadows stretched ominously, Lily's laughter faded. The dog seemed to morph with the growing darkness, shadowing her like a specter. There was an ethereal quality to it now. The way it moved was almost fluid, undulating with the whispers of the trees. Suddenly, the terrier stopped. It turned, its eyes ablaze with ferocity. Barking aggressively, it revealed teeth sharp as daggers. A sense of dread gripped Lily's heart. "What's wrong, boy?" she tried to call, but it echoed feebly against the encroaching night. Then she saw them. Eyes in the shadows, pairs of glimmering orbs emerging from the underbrush, their colors reflecting a predatory hunger. Hunched figures with elongated limbs and jagged shadows slipped through the trees, their forms shifting as though made of darkness itself. Lily's heart raced. Those weren't ordinary animals. They were the spirits of the forest, the remnants of pets long forgotten and abandoned, drawn to the energy of her new companion. They were eager, desperate for release or revenge. The terrier stood firm, barking fiercely, as if competing with the dark entities surrounding them. With every bark, the spirits shifted, retreating momentarily. "Help me," Lily shouted, her voice trembling amidst the chaos. But as she spoke, the terrier turned, its gaze suddenly more sinister, its mouth drawn into a snarl that froze her blood. In that moment, she knew. The dog was not a protector but a leader of these spectral beasts. When she had unlatched the door, she had set free much more than a sad creature. She had released a force that craved chaos. The pack surged forward, and the terrier leapt at Lily, its small form deceptively powerful as it barreled into her, sending her tumbling to the forest floor. Panic crushed her, and as she screamed, the forest reverberated with noise, the barking blending with the howls of the spirits, echoing in a slow, haunting symphony of dread. But just as despair threatened to claim her, a glint of silver caught her eye, a small pendant that had slipped from the terrier's collar. In a single moment of clarity, she grabbed it, forcing it around the dog's neck. Its growls halted abruptly. The creatures in the shadows ceased their pursuit, retreating as if bound by an unseen force. The terrier yelped and transformed back into its gentle self, eyes softened with confusion. Slowly, the surrounding darkness began to lift. With a final shudder, the remaining spirits faded back into the shadows, leaving Lily alone with her newfound companion. Breathless, shaken, but alive, she clutched the terrier to her chest. "I'll take care of you," she breathed, dimly aware of the fine line she'd just skirted between life and the unknown. Together, they bolted home, vowing never to stray too far from the light. And in Windmere, where folklore weaved seamlessly between reality and dreams, the story of the lost terrier became one of caution. With every whispered tale, the fog rolled in a little thicker, reminding the townsfolk of the lurking danger behind every forgotten door.